Hi guys, and welcome to another trading card talk. Thought we'd mix it up today, didn't we?
Yeah.
We are going to talk about...
I'm bold.
Tom is bold. But we thought we were going to talk about EX era cards, and specifically EXs.
Yeah.
I don't want to be going...
I just want to point out, guys.
What?
This is a Charizard, a Venusaur, and a Gyarados because there is no Blastoise.
Yeah, I don't have the Blastoise. So I guess we can kind of talk about the EX era from the point of view... Well, if I give my personal perception...
Yep, sure. Let's go with it. Personal perception.
Right, my personal perspective. Sorry, my
perspective. There we
go. Right. So I obviously collected a lot of WotC first edition sets, and at the start of this year, I decided I couldn't realistically go out and buy another set within the year.
Yeah.
Which for me is kind of a goal. I want to be able to complete the set within the year. Yeah. So I went out and I bought all of EX Power Keepers EXs.
You did.
And then I nearly got all of EX Fire Red Leaf Green. So I was going to go at EX Unseen Forces. I had this nice little pretty plan in my head where I was going to collect the sets over the year, probably 3 a year, and quietly pick them up. That's not going to happen now because, you know, the prices have ballooned, as we've discussed numerous times.
Yeah, there's a certain 2 cards that you're missing.
The Blastoise and Gengar EX, which, you know, they're going for a lot. I've asked a few people about the price. It's not that they're being unfair about the price.
Nope, not at all.
It's just that it's, you know, it's
the
really,
price went from here to here to here.
It's really high. I think maybe we should talk about how EX era before this whole thing, it was seen as not the poor man's collecting, but the B tier. Maybe like the championship to the Premier League. You know, if your Premier League is WotC first edition, you couldn't afford, or maybe, you know, not the fact you couldn't afford it, but maybe you could pick up cheap PSA 10 EXs.
The Volkswagen to your Audi.
Yeah, there you go. Like, you know, there's good value there.
Yeah.
Right? There's good value in those cards. You can have the cards you love, the EX era cards. They're all EXs. They're cool cards, but for a good price.
The Digimon to your Pokemon.
There we go. Exactly. All of that. So it's interesting about how maybe the prices have shifted a lot. I still don't think they're there with WotC first edition.
Not even close.
But it's still interesting to see whether these value sets are still value, and where does that leave us if they aren't the value sets? Where do we go from there? So should we just get into the...
Yeah, let's do it. So you can see we're on our favourite place on the internet. There. What is this website, Connor?
Pokemon Price.
PokemonPrice.com.
At this point, we should be paying them for use of their website.
However, we're not. So where would it start?
See how far it starts down.
There we go.
Ruby and Sapphire. EX Holos only.
EX what?
EX Holos only. Ruby and Sapphire.
There we go.
Yeah. We got there. We got there, guys.
Whoa, okay. So before this year, we was looking. It's pretty stable around this kind of price, right? $850 for the set,
which is great. Like,
I mean,
you know,
that is less than most of the cards that are behind us, like on their own.
Yeah, but okay. No, if we go to pre-COVID prices,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But like, you could pick up that entire set for like the Charizard.
Yes.
Or like maybe a couple of the sets for the price of one card. So it's a great price. That's $1,000 for a full set.
Yeah, and there'd still be a hunt there because they're not always. You can't just go out there and buy them. Let's say, but you know, look how stable those prices are.
It's pretty strong there. I mean, it goes from 873 on a high all the way to what, 750 is its lowest point?
Yeah, but look how
that is not a big.
That's price stability right there.
Yeah,
you know, that's a year of you're paying this much for this card.
100%.
So it's interesting.
And that was all the way up to the 1st of March.
Yes, so you know there was a month later than the WotC first edition. It took a month to catch up, maybe. I don't know.
And then 1,700 by April, so it had already doubled
in 1 month. And
then 3,700 by May.
Yeah,
and it's kind of stayed there. Well, exactly, there's been no sales data by the looks of it since May. That's gone up a lot. It's gone up by like 5x.
It has, and I think if you look at it against WotC first edition sets, which are like at least 15,000, like you could argue, oh well, 4,000 is still a lot of value, but they're not as desirable in my opinion. The EX Holos, you know, at the end of the day, they did come. There's other applications in these sets which make them cool, like Gold Stars. We want to kind of stay away from that today. That'll probably be a whole nother video by itself. But like $4,000 for some EX Holos, for me, as a collector who's been in the game for a long time, that seems like a lot of money. But actually, if you compare it to the other prices we've seen, why isn't that value? Like, that's still 3 times cheaper than WotC is at now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's hard, isn't it? Because, I mean, if some of the WotC sets have gone up by 3x.
Yeah.
Some at max, like close to 4.
Yeah.
It's gone up by 5x.
It has gone up, but that's because the availability of the funds.
Yeah.
Like, people have, because other collections have gone up in value, maybe you've sold cards for more more money. Therefore, you've gone, I could very easily have gone, all right, I'm going to sell Gym Heroes now at the massive, profit that you would have made. And gone, right, let's go and buy some EX Hero stuff.
True, you could still buy this for the price of the Shining Charizard.
There you go. So
or the Blamed Moltres that we sold. We sold that for £4,000.
Yeah.
So you could easily go out and buy this set, like if it was available.
It's just
at
whether,
those prices.
the sentiment is there towards these cards. I know a lot of collectors ducked out in this EX era.
Which is so strange, because Ruby and Sapphire sold insanely well.
Yeah.
They were some of the most successful Pokemon games ever, I believe.
Yeah.
Why did people not want the cards?
They were a bit unimaginative, in my opinion. They had... So if you think about EX Ruby and Sapphire, just the set alone, Hollows, set, EXs.
Yeah, but...
There was no chase.
It's about the species, right? Like, the species in that set were cool.
A lot of the time. Well, we had Cypher, we had... You had Ruby and Sapphire, what's the standout card there from that? Mewtwo. Mewtwo
there
EX.
You go.
That's a lovely card.
That's a big boy.
Apart from that, I can't think of every single one off the top of my head. Should we go EX Sandstorm? That was the next one.
Let's go with Sandstorm. This is a set which I think this was the first time I recognised a non-WotC or ultra-modern set symbol.
Yes. Yeah.
So this one means a lot to me for that reason. It's one of the first ones where when I started working with like Graded Gem, Connor was like, what's this set symbol? I never remembered them. And then Connor was like, what's this one? I was like, EX Sandstorm. And he looked at me like, whoa. So, yeah. So these were relatively stable for like a solid year or so, 2 years.
2 years.
About $700. I mean, it looks like there was no sales data for a little while.
For the entire set?
Yeah, but $700 for a set, man. Like, that's what? A few booster boxes of a new set?
Yeah.
$700, £600. You could buy 10 booster boxes. No, you couldn't even buy that.
But that just proves what the perception of these sets was before this lockdown. They were the value, they were always going to be available. If you paid, a 10% premium, £80 instead of 60, you would get them.
You could get the card today.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was available on eBay,
exactly. And that's why those prices were so stable.
And then we had a little bit of a jump there to Jan of £900. Now, is there a standout card in Sandstorm that might have sold?
It could have done, yeah, could have done. I can't think off the top of my head, but there could have been a card that went for like 3 times it normally would.
Yeah, I mean, we can have a quick look at the cards that are from this set by having a look at EX Sandstorm here and click in just the
Just go down to the bottom.
We can, the hollows aren't. Hollows are here, right?
Yeah. You have the AXs are right at the bottom.
Oh, are they? Oh,
yeah.
I should know this.
There we go.
Okay, so we've got an Aerodactyl and Agron. God of War might be the big one.
No, Agron. EX.
Oh no! Wow, Agron
for $450.
Anti-Flosion. There he is.
I mean, he's an expensive boy. But how many cards are in this set? 1, 2, 3, 7 cards. I believe. And we're talking how much now?
We're now looking. So let's go.
Yeah,
we went 900. It's about the same. 1,100, 1,200 in April, and now we're kind of settled on $2,000 to be fair.
So what's that? It's £300 a card. $300 a card.
Yeah.
So they were at 100. Now they're at 300.
They've gone up. They've gone up big. Not as big as Ruby Sapphire, but I mean, this type. I get it. I get the Typhlosion. I get the Raichu. I get the God of War. I don't actually understand the Aggron there.
It must be a low pop. Is it a low pop?
Yeah, probably. It's probably looking like one of those low boys.
40.
Yeah, fair enough. Obviously harder to grade, but I mean, there are some God of War, Raichu, and Typhlosion are definitely like fan favorite cards, right?
Yeah, but then you got Warlord, right? Like, for me, that's not... If you compare it to other WotC sets...
Yeah.
It's not got all those big hitters in there. Even Raichu, I would argue, isn't top A tier.
Typhlosion, though?
That's A tier. It's a start up. Yeah, but not for everyone.
7?
Not for everyone.
No, I get it. But, I mean, I really like God of War, therefore I'm biased.
Yes, that's fair enough. But it's... maybe I'm the only one who thinks this, but maybe it's not overly exciting... Aerodactyl, Aggron.
Yeah,
like they're not.
I'm confused. The mix. I'll be honest. It seems like a weird mix.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not massively excited by it. Let's have a look at whatever's next. Because I mean, It's so $2,000.
EX Dragon. Let's go. For
it's $2,000. It's gone up, but it's not gone up insanely.
It's still affordable for many Pokemon card collectors.
Yeah. Now this one looks a little bit more crazy. So let me select the PSA 10s. So not including the Ampharos here until here. So we got $760.
Yeah.
Back in 2019, January. So a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, a year and a half ago now. Wow, we're so late into this year.
We are.
And then for a year, it was about the same, $750. Carries on going all the way until Jan, where it goes up to $950. So you've got some normal increase there, natural progression of the hobby. Then March, it went for $1,200. April, $1,700. May, $2,000.
And then a massive...
And then $4,000 in June.
Do we want to have a look more in depth at this set
Let's
as well?
have a look at those cards. We obviously know a little bit more about... Oh, that's not the easiest way to do it. Okay.
I think, WotC obviously comes to my brain a lot easier.
Than
EXs. But
can't choose EXs.
I have still collected a few of these sets. And obviously I'm a massive Delta species fan.
Oh, okay, there's a lot of EXs here. We've got an Ampharos, a Dragonite is a big one, the Latios and the Latias.
Latias went for $2,000.
Christ almighty.
Wow. Is that a real sale? Can we just confirm that's a real sale?
I don't even know how.
Go down. Buy it now. That one might not be real. Yeah. No, I don't think that's only ended. It's a low pop card. I don't think it's worth $2,000. Not today.
That's a little crazy there.
I think worth 500 maybe. Like the others, but the others are worth 500.
Yeah, I mean we got a Rayquaza.
Big card.
A Latios, a Latias.
Yeah.
A Dragonite.
Yeah.
Ampharos is loved as well. I know. We all know that. Obviously, there's some things here that hopefully aren't added in
to
the
not.
price.
They're not.
On the set. But yeah, so we can knock $1,000 off that, really.
I think so. Yeah, I think
so. We're looking at $3,000, which is still 4x.
It is still 4x. And look how consistent the prices were, and now it's just jumped like that. It's going to be interesting. I feel like maybe the sentiment towards EX, there is less of it. There's less collectors from that era in Pokemon, especially TCG.
It's weird as well because you've got EX and then you've got EX, like the lowercase and then the capitals.
Yeah.
So like, if you collect EXs, do you have to collect the little ones and the big ones, or just the little ones, or just the big ones? And I know that we know the difference between a little EX and a big EX, but it's like with Radiant Collection. I don't want to just collect the Generations one because it's also Radiant Collection. I also want to collect Legendary Treasures.
Yeah.
Do you get that? It's kind of the same thing. Therefore, I got to.
Yeah, but is it? Yeah,
I don't know.
It's whether as a collector you feel it is enough.
And you might, and like we're not judging you if you do, but you might not, and we're not judging you if you don't.
Maybe I think a lot of collectors, PSA 10 EX collectors, went, "What's my favourite set from EXs?"
Yeah.
And they went, "Right, I'm going to get that one in PSA 10," and I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
I don't think there was that many collectors out there that went out and bought all of these EX sets.
Would you say it was like you with Neo Destiny, where you got the Shinings, but you didn't go back and get the Neo Rev Shinings?
Yeah.
Or like the other Neo sets, Hollows.
Yeah, I would use that example for sure. So if you look at the Team Magma and Team Aqua,
we know is, and I think at least it's cooler set.
It's a great set.
It's probably my coolest out of the ones so far. I mean, the X Dragon's cool because it's got dragon in it. But,
it's actually got a bit of invention in it though. And you know, the Team Magma and Team Aqua, like they're owned by the Pokemon. Like it's pretty cool.
Like playing the games, I felt like those teams were better than Rocket.
Yeah.
Like when you're actually playing them, the story is cooler. One's trying to turn the Earth into a big concrete ball, basically, and the other one's trying to turn it into an ocean. They've got like, oh no, we're doing this for like, it's more like Ra's al Ghul in Batman. He's like an eco-terrorist, rather than just I want to be rich.
I think a lot of people played Ruby and Sapphire, and therefore Team Magma or Emerald and Team Magma and Team Aqua have that distinction in people's minds.
Yeah,
like when I think they have most definitely been outside of Team Rocket the most intriguing like bad guys almost.
Yeah, for sure. Especially up until like this gen. We had some cool things later on down the line, Team Galaxy, etc.
But again, look how consistent these prices are.
$1,000.
So consistent, it hurts.
And then we go all the way up to $1,300 in December, which is like the Christmas spike.
Yeah.
And it kind of stayed there. Then in April, it jumped to $1,600.
Yeah.
And then we kind of settled there, and then $2,500 on the 1st of June.
I would say maybe some of these prices also are slowed down a bit because these cards don't sell as often.
No.
So therefore, the price increase is kind of in slow motion. Whereas with like the Watsy sets, they sell every month.
Oh yeah,
well, they
like
did
constantly.
at least. They did at least.
Oh, okay. So we've got some nice ones here. To be fair,
Yeah.
We got the Blaziken banger.
Yeah.
Entei, Raikou, Suicune, bangers. Swampert, banger.
Yeah.
Sceptile, I mean, it's still one of the starters, so I'm still going to call it a banger.
Yeah, it's still a beautiful card.
Jirachi.
That's not an EX. I don't think.
Oh no, it's not. It's a hollow. I don't know.
But the Suicune EX is a beautiful one. The Raikou went for $1,000.
Also, besides Credilli, they're all bangers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're good Pokemon species, you would argue.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And also the set is pretty cool.
I like that. I think it's cool. Look at the price jump. We go from $140 to $1,000.
It's interesting whether these prices are actually concrete because there again it says the listing has ended.
Yeah.
So does that mean it's sold outside of eBay for let's say $700 or maybe $600? Like we can't.
Well, if someone had the not the Blastoise, the Blastoise or the Gengar for $1,000, would you buy it off them on eBay for like $600, $700? Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't pay the $1,000 on eBay, but you might message them.
Yeah. I think that's been the difficulty is that a lot of sellers have been very rigid on their price. But look, that hasn't that's obviously worth more than that now.
Oh, a lot more. So we could probably make up the difference.
Yeah, it most definitely could.
Make a difference between the Raikou not sale and the Raikou sale.
I think the EX era is more interesting in terms if you're a price analyst.
Yeah,
it's more interesting because it's like you don't actually know. All the information's not there, so it's more like speculation.
Yeah, I think this one would be like we always say, don't listen to us when it comes to investing and stuff like that. We wouldn't give advice. This one, I don't think we actually have any. Because it's so like
it's just giving our thoughts.
Yeah, but this one, like, I don't even know. I don't even know what set so far I'd try and invest in if I was investing in any of them. Like, if I was trying to make money, I don't know which one I'd invest in so far.
It's very difficult to choose one to invest in. I think the collector sentiment's not there, unfortunately. I think there are some real dedicated, and I mean dedicated EX era collectors who will just go out there and collect them, and they love them. But, you know, there are other things in the EX era. Delta species, for instance, I found more interesting than the EXs. I could have gone out there and bought all the EXs.
I'd probably agree.
But I was like, no, Lightning Charizard, cool, give it to me. A Lightning Gyarados, give it to me. That was more interesting to me than the EXs. And, you know, that doesn't mean that they're more interesting to everyone else, but it kind of gives you an idea of what other collectors were thinking. That's cheap. Hidden Legends was a very boring set.
It was, and it was very stable at $500.
Well, this had the Regirock in and that lot. It's quite boring.
It was $500, then it jumped to $900. Yeah. So it doubled, like $1,000 there. Then $1,500, and now it's at over $3,000. So what the hell is selling so expensive in that? I don't know. Do you know?
It's from this next set where it gets a bit more interesting because this is where I think they put more of their
There's so many
invention
cards.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
So Groudon EX. Well, that's worth $400. See?
$300.
Oh no! Yeah, no, that's just the normal holo. I've got the EX as well. That's a lot.
What's the difference between these?
You press on it. There's so it's that one.
Oh, why does that say EX?
A lot.
Oh, that's the set. Okay.
That is a lot. And then what's the Groudon?
This one is a Groudon actual EX. Okay.
So, you know, if I'm using those two examples, I picked them up for £100 for both.
Oh, okay. PSA 10s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm a Groudon collector as well.
I didn't know if you'd graded
them.
But
just to put them out there, those were cards very, very easy to buy. Like, very easy to buy. Now they're not. It's literally just due to a lack of demand. Again, is it really worth $1,000? No, I don't think so.
It does say sold, though.
The listing is ended. That's the one that matters. Maybe it did. Maybe it did.
Like on these, it says the listing has ended, but does come up with the word sold.
Yeah. Yeah, so, that's fair enough. So maybe that is the case. Like the Reggie, well, I can give you the Reggie Ice. I sold for £150 last week.
Okay, I mean that's kind of cool looking. To be fair, the Reggie Rock is dead.
Yeah,
like, I think we can both agree that this is just
it's a boring, very boring card.
Vile Plume, no one cares about it.
No,
Like literally no one.
in general, the Regias are quite overlooked.
Yeah.
Mainly because I think they're quite boring. If I compare them to any of the other legendaries,
I think if I had to choose one, it'd be Registeel.
Yeah, but they're all quite boring.
Yeah, they are.
Like if you
boring.
compare them to other, types of their Pokemon, who they're competing against.
They're just
for attention.
elementals, aren't they? I mean, they're saying that if you liked Ruby and Sapphire, like the way to get them was that interesting using the Braille. Do you remember you got like a Braille handbook?
No, don't remember. But yeah.
So in the actual manual for Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald, at the back it was like a sheet of Braille, and you like it was kind of to teach kids how Braille works, and all of the puzzles and all of the text was in the Braille dot sequence on your screen. So you had to like translate, get a piece of paper and write, okay, so that's like 2 dots like that, so that's an A or whatever. And you like, so it was a really interesting way of doing it. It's quite educational. So if you played the games, you kind of really liked the Regis because it was an interesting way to get them.
Well, it depends that for other people. For some people, that might have just been seen as like annoying.
Yeah, it's a puzzle. Like,
yeah,
a lot of the people who play Pokemon are like
they
me
like
and
the
you,
puzzle.
that we like the puzzle side of things.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a hard puzzle. Like it just
translated. Like you just translate.
Yeah. Kyogre EX. I mean, that doesn't seem to be getting much love. Probably.
But
That's
it hasn't
an awful
sold in
Kyogre,
ages.
to be fair.
Look, it hasn't sold in ages.
It hasn't sold since the 31st of March. Is that?
Yeah.
Yep,
So that's
31st of
a
March.
while ago.
So that was like just at the kind of the COVID times hitting. But yeah, so I mean, what do we think about Hidden Legends? It's gone up by a crap ton of money.
It's not a great set.
It's gone up by 6x though.
But this would have been a set that I would have picked up in a month in a
Yeah.
way. Like with Power Keepers, like I did. I went, I got some spare cash. I'm gonna go buy Power Keepers, and I would have done a very.
Why
similar.
didn't you get Hidden Legends considering it had the Groudon?
I wasn't a big fan.
Oh, is that all it was?
I wasn't a big fan. I'm not a big fan of the Regis.
Yeah.
Right. This is where it gets more interesting because for me, this is where the
Which
EX
one are we
era.
on?
We're on Fire
Fire
Red
Red
Leaf
Leaf
Green. This is where the EX era starts to come into its own.
Okay, so it was stable as heck at $1,500.
Very stable, and also.
I mean, this weird little spike here is.
But to put this into comparison, I can only now buy the Blastoise and the Gengar for that entire amount.
Well, we're gonna see, aren't we? We're gonna see that it goes up to $2,000 early this year, so it's got some natural growth, $500, and this, like we've always said, when Graded Gem reopened last year, we did something magic. Like June, July last year, everything got more expensive, and it's also time we reopened. So I'm blaming us. 2,000, 3,000 in May, nearly 8,000.
It does come back down again
in June, and then 7,000. In July.
For me, that hasn't settled yet.
Can't believe we're in July.
It hasn't settled yet, though, has it? Like,
no, not at all. No. Not at all. But we know there are some blooming loved Pokemon in this set.
Yes.
Including, is he here?
Venusaur, Charizard, the big boy. You're always going to have these Charizard. Two. Yeah.
We've obviously got some big names in this set. But are they big enough to justify $7,000?
Well, it's going to be the Charizard, isn't it?
It's going to
be. Yeah, there you go. $2,500.
To be fair, there's quite a few cards, so I mean that's a selling point. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 EXs here, and we've got the legendary birdies.
I wish I'd just got the Gengar and Blastoise before. Why didn't I just pay the premium?
Oh yeah, they're expensive, buddy. So we've got the Blastoise, we've got the Charizard, and we've got the Venusaur, all big boys. Yes. We've got Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos, big boys.
For me, this is where the EX era starts. Like I reckon Fire Red Leaf Green should have been the first set. Yeah,
Electrode, like they're all big names. Clefable, Mr. Mime. And why does he have two?
The card designs in general were brilliant.
Why does Mr. Mime have two?
It's two different arts.
Yeah, I know, but like, there shouldn't be.
No, there is.
Yeah, but Mr. Mime sucks. It's the same art.
Yeah, I know. It's just him in a different position.
It's the same art, just like flipped horizontally. Yeah. Love it. I don't know, I hate it. We've got Charmander. Oh, isn't it? No,
those aren't EXs.
He's not. These not.
These are.
So just him.
Just him. Not.
Weird
he's a
numbering
secret
system.
Rare. He's a secret
rare. Oh, okay, cool.
He's quite a cute Charmander, to be fair.
I mean, I want to look now. It's not about the video.
Quite cute.
It looks like a McDonald's promo.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, they're all big names, apart from Clefable and Mr. Mime, maybe.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful set. It's a beautiful one to enjoy, to open as well. The sealed is sick.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the Charizard now, and it's a pretty sick Charizard.
Yeah.
Like I'm usually a hater on Charizards because I think they're so like overhyped. But yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, for me, it's the best EX set.
Yeah.
For me, it's why I was going after it first.
Before you got absolutely destroyed by those two being expensive as all hell.
I will be hoping to pick them up.
The Venusaur is the only other card. Obviously, the Charizard.
I'm surprised by that. Is that because of the population? Is the population low?
Of the Gengar and the Blastoise?
Let's compare it. So we got 111.
That's big as heck.
So that is quite a bit. 62 on the Gengar, 100 on. So the Blastoise should be
cheaper.
I should be able to pick that up.
I mean, it was selling in April.
Well, I'd offered someone $350, and they didn't find that acceptable at the time, and I thought it was, and then it turns out I was entirely wrong anyway.
Right, so we can admit that should be expensive, but I don't know if it should be this expensive.
Yeah, I think that's still got some consolidation to do.
Yeah,
like personally.
Team Rocket Returns. Now, Team Rocket Returns actually my favorite EX set.
Yeah, it's a good one. To be fair, it really is a good one.
I think it's an absolute banger. Like, I like Team Rocket anyway.
Yeah.
So adding this stuff in, like EX cards and stuff. And to be fair, I don't even care about the EX cards as much. I just care about the dark cards and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot
of cool stuff. We can ignore the gold stars at the bottom. In fact, we're going to scroll to the point where we can barely see those because we're not talking about those at all. So we've got Rocket's Articuno, Rocket's Entei. They're two big numbers already.
Yeah.
Rocket's Mewtwo, two of them.
Yeah.
Rocket Sizzle, Rocket Scyther, Rocket Snorlax, Suicune, Zapdos. They're big names.
But this is where the invention came back for EXs. You know, it was something a bit different. It's something a bit more fun.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And now, you know...
Oh, this price was all over the place, though.
Not the consistent trail.
Yeah, it's like 700, 900, 700, 500.
Yeah.
And then $367.
Could you imagine picking up the whole EX Team Rocket for that? The whole EX is for $367.
Well, you could buy 8 lots of that set for that one card.
Now, obviously.
Oh, yeah. But, like, that's crazy.
But that's a great deal. I mean...
Oh, that is a blooming good deal.
I wish I saw that, like, maybe last year, because, wow. I mean, it does go back up quite quickly.
Yeah, it goes back up to 400.
Still $500.
Yeah, like, and then all of a sudden in October last year... No. Yeah, October last year we got 900. Then we 950 in December.
That's just the price going. We were wrong. It was too cheap.
Yeah,
you know that was
Jan 1,300.
Yeah.
Feb. So this is before the crazy COVID prices.
Yeah.
Feb was $2,000. No, 1,400.
Yeah.
And then $2,500 in March. So this was when everyone started freaking out a little bit and paying a lot more money than they normally would. Then nearly $4,000.
And then it consolidates at that level, which is interesting.
It goes up by $22. Like, it's not a lot, really. $22.01. I mean...
It's a great set. I mean...
some blooming good cards there, lads.
Yeah, it really is. I would have... Like, you got the gold stars in there as well. But
yeah,
it's just a great set. It's a great
But, like, if we
set.
just click all the cool ones and have a quick look through, like, we've got that. Banger.
Yeah.
Banger. Banger. Like, I love that card. Banger. Perfect. Amazing. Great. Like, all them are sick.
You know what the great thing in there? The populations, none were bigger than 70.
Oh,
and most were less than 50. So, you know, there's not that many of them out there for the sets. It's a lovely set.
I like that set. I don't know if it's going to go up anymore. I don't know if it's going to go down much either, though. So, I think that one, like, I'd probably still collect it at that price.
I would say that's still, yeah.
Then we move on to Deoxys, the little star and the little bolt, the little arrow on the star, which is here. Oh, see, called it. And oh wow, we've got a messy price trend here. That's because nothing's sold.
Yeah,
apparently there was quite a few of those. So $650.
The first price.
Then we kind of stay stable there. Then all of a sudden it bumped very late in 2018 in December to $900 and it stabilized. Then it came back down again to $700.
Yeah.
In the middle of last year. Nothing sold for a while. And then we start going up $900 again all the way up until March. Then in April we went to $1,300 and then $1,600 and then to $1,800. So that's still less than $2,000 for this entire set.
It's not a brilliant set.
Obviously, we're on about just the X's. We've got 2 Deoxys. No, 3 Deoxys. This is Rayquaza.
You got the Rayquaza in there. Salamancer's a cool card. Yeah. I mean, the problem is,
Is this a Rockets Raikou EX or is this Rockets Raikou?
I know that we said
why is that in there?
Because it's just an add-on. Yeah, I know that. I know we said we weren't going to talk about the gold stars, but it's actually relevant here because the gold stars overshadow the rest of this set.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
like they make the rest of this set look irrelevant. You know how the Shinings, like you'd say, oh, the other cards were still cool. This set is about 3 cards.
Yeah, there's only one card in Neo Destiny that I remember outside of that, and that's the Arcanine.
There you go. This set is about those 3 cards.
Yeah.
The Latios, the Latios, and the Rayquaza.
We won't talk about the prices.
No.
So we've got that for another video in the future. But
it does affect.
Are you kidding me? That's so blooming cheap.
But this is the thing. It was the value collecting. It was value. It was good value. You know, and I think people who went after the EXs found a lot of fun.
This is still a crazy price, though.
I don't know if that's surely can't be.
It's a low pop, and one seemed to sell for 500. One sold for 700. Again, is it going to say the little sold icon? Yeah, sold icon.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a bit mad.
like we can see here, if how it looks like. No, look, listing has ended, sold. So I think that they must be sold, right?
Yeah. I always trust auctions more, but yeah, sure, we'll go with it. That seems very expensive to me.
But I mean,
you know, what do I know?
You didn't buy these when they were super cheap, so apparently not a lot.
Yeah.
EX Emerald Hollows. Now this is a weird graph.
So this is the first time we've been on a graph, and the PSA 9s are more expensive than the PSA 10. So I think we can say that this is going to be incorrect. Are we?
Yeah, I'm going to presume none of these are sold in a while. So we're looking at a super stable $1,200-ish dollars. All the way up until the crisis, which was $1,600. It went up by $300.
These are going to be low pops.
Yeah, these aren't selling, are they? These aren't selling. And there's just not many of them. There's the Reggies and a Raichu and a Milotic and Medicham. Oh no, there's actually loads of them. When was the last side this sold?
That's Pop 25, mate. Pop 25.
It hasn't sold since September last year.
Yeah, Pop 25 though. Like that would be why. Like they're just not there.
Yeah, like none of these.
Let's pick up a Milotic, which is a cooler card. Let's say 7. Like there's that
hasn't sold since.
Well, the PSA 9.
Okay, that sold very recently as a PSA 9, but there is no 10 sales data. Oh no, there is. Sorry, I lied. 2017.
So it was worth that much in 2017. So what, you know what I mean? What could it be worth now? Who knows?
Probably $1,000 at least.
This set is just. I don't think we can talk too much about the prices because we haven't got any real data here. Even the Reggie Ice is $338, but it's only got a pop of 19.
That is absolutely nuts.
So there's just obviously not that many of them around. So there's not. There's not too much I think we could say about that.
I think Emerald's out there because there's nothing we can do with it. Nothing we can do with it at all. So let's go to Unseen Forces. Hopefully we got some more sales data. It looks like we do. We was very, very stable at $2,000.
This was seen as the more expensive, more difficult to acquire set.
Is this the one with the wings?
Yeah. And also it's a great set. The artworks are slightly different for the EXs.
Yeah.
There's some standout cards. It's a great set. It was seen as more expensive because it was such a good set.
We went from $2,000. We jumped up to like nearly $2,500 mid last year.
Yeah.
And it did go up to 2.5. Then we went up to $3,000 in December.
Yeah.
It stayed there because there was no sales by the looks of it. And then we went boom to 4 and a bit. Then we went to 5 and a bit. And then we went to 5.
And a bit. So it's consolidated there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely 5 and a bit. That's what we're looking at the moment. From 1, so it's gone up quite a considerable amount, a big boy amount. And we've got loads of unknown hollows at the bottom. We've got the Blissey, Espeon
for Alligator. Look at those, and the Lugia, of course, and the Ho-Ho. These are just really cool cards, to be fair.
Meganium,
even the Politoed's a bit of fun.
Explosion, Tyranitar.
Yeah, there's some big cards.
Umbreon, okay,
look at
that's sick. Pop 26 hasn't sold forever.
Yeah, low pop and really cool card.
Hasn't sold since 2018. This is worth a lot more.
Yes.
Fraligator Pop 33 hasn't sold since 2018.
Publicly, of course, guys. Publicly.
Yeah, on eBay.
27, yeah. So low in population. And you see how they're just a bit more aggressive?
Why is there 2 of these?
No idea, but,
Are they different set numbers?
No, they're exactly the same, I believe.
How very strange.
Maybe PSA. I don't know. I'm sure someone will tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know. Lugia has a massive population in comparison to the others.
Yeah, but still,
and does this weird thing here.
So how much is this set worth, guys? Like, if you were like, put in the comments, how much is this set worth? Like, if you had to buy all of them, how much? Even the Scizor, Steelix is pop 16.
I love that. I don't like that.
No.
That's alright.
Pops are super low though, right?
That's sick.
Yeah.
That hasn't sold again since. Okay, that sold like last year, but. Right, what are you gonna say this is worth? What would you say this is worth, Con?
I reckon you're paying 12k.
I was gonna say I think it's at least £10,000.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, $12,000, 10k, £10,000. Yeah, I reckon that's what you're paying to get it off someone's hands.
Yeah,
at least.
I think if you was like if someone has this set, you're paying 15. If you want to buy the whole set in one go,
yeah.
If you want to buy the whole set in one go, 15 grand. I think if you can get them, here, there, and everywhere, 10. This is in pounds. I'm on about.
Get them in.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I think if you are hunting like a beast of some kind, didn't know what to say there. If you're hunting as like some kind of animal, then maybe 10 grand if you could get them all. But I think if you're trying to buy a set of someone, you're offering 15 at least.
It's a lot of money.
Mad.
It is a lot of money
compared to the other sets that we've looked at in this video. Delta Species.
Yes.
This is one of yours, right?
No, I don't have the EXs.
Do you not?
No. So I've just got the hollows.
Okay.
So I've got the hollows.
Okay, so Delta Species. What cards are we looking at? We're looking at
all the way at the bottom. All the way.
Hypno. Why is he there then?
Oh no, why is he there?
I have no idea. I think they've just labelled it wrong. Scroll all the way. Oh, it's a blooming big set.
Oh wow. Okay, that's not interesting. Okay, there they are.
We've got Flareon, a Jolteon, a Vaporeon,
and the Groudon Gold Star, of course.
No. we can ignore that. So we've got like what $600 stable all the way up to 1,200.
That's because there's no EXs, right?
Yeah.
There's just none there.
Though I do mean these are sick. Looks cool. Looks really, really, really nice
as well.
That has not sold in a year.
Sheesh.
I'm saying they're all at least £1,000 now. if they're all the same pops, they're £1,000 each.
I think they're
expensive as hell.
Yeah.
Was the EX just like bad times in terms of print quality?
This is the time when I would say a lot of the interest had left Pokemon.
Yeah.
This was the dire moments. This was the darkness for Pokemon, wasn't it? I would say they started to move back into the light with XY, TCG.
Yeah,
so
I'd say even the games, they were like, don't get me wrong, hardcore fans are gonna hate me, but Diamond and Pearl was dead. Black and White brought some life back to it, but not a lot. Black and White 2 then was like, a little bit. X and Y was like, Sun and Moon, and then
this is
then
the
it
period
banged again.
When we were kids, we loved Pokemon. Then we grew a little bit too old for it, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then, we had that 5, 6, 7 years where we didn't really think about Pokemon. It's good fun in the games.
Or we played it whilst walking to school on our phones because we emulated on our phones on it. But other than that, we didn't do it.
We didn't buy the cards.
No.
So, so we wouldn't buy the new sets.
No.
Like, I never opened any of them.
Well, it's not just that, like, you kind of fell out of love, because I never fell out of love, but this is the kind of time where I was getting, like, my lunch money from my mum.
Yeah.
It's a couple of quid a day, wasn't enough for a pack, and I could either choose that, or I could have some nice to eat on the way home.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. It's one
we used to walk home together, so.
Yes, that's very true.
Tip-top on us. $700 for Legend Maker.
Yes.
Then it goes up to 900 with, like average growth. Goes up to 1,000, then we got to 2K? Got to 2K at the start of June. What is in this set? What is in Legend Maker? Okay, so we got a few more. We got Arcanine, it's a banger.
Mew EX, mate. It's all about the Mew. All about the Mew.
That's fit, though.
It is fit, but it's all about that Mew.
Weirdly, I don't know if I like that as much.
It's not the best Mew.
No.
Well, the best Mew is sitting behind us, but...
Where is he? Oh, he's down there.
Yeah. But yeah, otherwise...
and the Mew Gold Star.
The other Pokemon in there, and plus it had the bloody awful Reggie Gold Stars in. In my opinion, they're awful. Other people don't have to think they're awful. But you've got a Dustox, a Flygon, a Wolverine. They're all a bit Bit sad, aren't they? Like,
They're a bit dead.
they're not the most exciting Pokemon out there.
What's the Pikachu secret rare in this set? Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's one of the Delta Species Hollows.
I remember that card.
Yeah, it's a cool card.
Yeah, so is there much movement? I don't know.
Not a lot.
I don't know if it's going to go up much higher than that either.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, maybe the Mew. Maybe the Mew. I think it's a bit of a dead set. Holland Phantoms.
Oh, yeah, yes, carry on. Holland Phantoms. Oh, wow, okay, so this is actually quite affordable still.
Okay, so we've got like $200 all the way up to 4x. No, 3x.
Is there going to be any EXs?
I'm going to say no.
Is there going to be one?
Which one are we in? Holland Phantoms?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Dragon Frontiers would be interesting, but we're not there yet.
Is that the Charizard?
Yeah, Charizard's that one. Let's have a look. The EXs.
Okay, we've got one. Mightyena. No, we got Mew. Mew?
Crawdon as well.
That's a sicker Mew.
Yeah, there you go. I think they literally saw the Mew they did in Legend Maker and was like, we need to do a bit better on that.
Yeah. Okay, so, no, not that one.
It's
those
free.
are free.
And Crawdon obviously is not $36 now. But that kind of, I think that kind of shows
Crawdon's
you...
a dead-ass Pokemon, though.
Yeah, but doesn't it show you kind of where the market was, where you could pick that up for $36? Like, now, that doesn't seem like a lot of money in the Pokemon collecting world.
Well,
like,
I mean, it's as much as grading 4 cards.
Yeah, like, if you went, oh, here you go, buy this, everyone would buy your hand off. Yeah. Everyone.
Oh, wow. Do you guys remember when Pokemon was cheap?
Yeah, we're kind of reminiscing to those days, aren't we?
No, actually, do you remember when Pokemon was cheap? I just paid like £27 or something. Whatever I don't know how much it was. For the expansion pass, we have Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it was like, oh, you can only redeem it on one of the games.
Yeah, it was a bit annoying.
What? I get that it's a big expansion, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my rant over. So yeah, I don't know where that's going after this because there's 3 EXs. The Mew's sick.
It's very difficult to give. They're not. Maybe people just don't actually collect EX sets in general, like the EXs of EX.
Crystal Guardians.
Beautiful set, this one. To be fair,
it's a fitty. Let's open it up here as well. So we was relatively stable. That's $700. Dipped a little bit there, $600, and then we went up to $800. You know, redeem itself. And then to be fair, this has been like it's kind of to me it looks like natural growth.
Yeah, it doesn't look insane. It's not like this.
No.
Like, it's not insane.
And then, I mean, if I remember rightly, there's some nice EXs in this card.
It's also just a really nice set.
Yeah, okay, so we've got Swampert, we've got Sceptile, and we've got Blaziken.
Yeah.
Are they nicer than the other ones? That isn't. Let's ignore that one. Then obviously we've got the Groudon. That's nice. That's so
But look
good.
at the low populations again.
Well, it's those bloody borders, right?
Yeah.
Those hollow borders screwed with people on EX cards.
25 pop.
They haven't even got the border in this one. They've done some magic. But yeah, 25 pop. However, it's been selling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it has sold. And then, obviously, we've got the Kyogre and the Groudon. Connor will want to see the Groudon card just so he can go, oh, I've got that. And we've got Jirachi as well. Jirachi's a banger.
I'm not selling my Groudon collection anytime soon.
No, I know that, but I mean, you like to look at the arts and go, oh, Groudon.
Yeah. When was the last time that even sold? So I picked mine up for like 60 quid.
Connor can't use a mouse left-handed.
Nah. So that's probably me buying it. That one right there.
2017.
Yeah, that's probably me buying it in 2017.
Wait, actually, we can filter this, can't we? Yeah, grade.
Can you?
Yeah, so.
Oh, there we go. Is that me buying it?
Did you buy it from Collector's World?
I don't know. Maybe.
Does it tell you? Oh,
no, this is. Yeah, that's probably.
Did you buy it on auction or best offer?
Yeah, that's probably me on auction. That's probably. I reckon that one is actually me.
Collector's World, Vancouver? No, Virginia?
Vancouver.
No, Virginia, right?
Virginia?
These are based in the US, surely.
I have no idea. We are definitely.
Off topic.
We're definitely off topic.
But, yeah. Does the Kyogre one look better in this one? Yeah, that's much better than the other Kyogre.
To be fair, I will be very honest. The Kyogre, for a Kyogre, is a better looking card.
Like, there are some Kyogre cards that look sick. The one with Team Magma in. Team Aqua.
Yeah.
With the other, like, that's a cool card. I know you hate on the Pokemon, but you only do it because you love Groudon so much. I get it. I understand. Okay, next we're moving on to Dragon Frontiers, the big boy.
Yes, the big boy. So one of the best sets, obviously, the big Charizard's in it.
Obviously a cool set logo as well.
Yeah, very cool set logo. The mountains.
Say mountains. How about Mantine?
Mantine doesn't exist.
That's not a Pokemon card.
No, that's not. It's not a Mantine EX. If you are looking for it though, it is a Pop 1.
It's a pop what? It's pop zero.
It's pop 1. No, it's right there.
Wait, does it say pop on it? Wait, what?
Yeah. So that's just a Manta. It's just a normal Delta species card.
Also, look at the price chart.
No data available.
Love that.
Let's have a look at the
actual EXs.
the ones that actually exist.
Okay, so we've got an Altaria, a Dragonite, a Flygon, God of War, Latias and Latias, Rayquaza, Tyranitar.
There's a lot of good there, isn't there?
There's a lot of good.
There's a lot of good. And also, it's got Dragon in. What set with Dragon in is bad? With loads of dragons in. There isn't one. They're dragons.
Dragon Majesty. I love it.
To be fair, some
but the
people
comments on our videos didn't.
We were like, oh, Dragon Majesty's cool. And everyone was like, no, it's not. But Dragon...
It's super stable, the price on this bad boy as well. Like, it's gone up by $200. That's not a lot of money considering what happened over the past few months with Pokemon.
For a lack of sales, my guess. I mean,
it might be. It might be. Let's have a look at what's the biggest boy.
Let's be honest, the Latios is not $52.
And it might be.
It's not.
It's
just not. It's not. If anyone's got that and they want to sell it to me for $100, you've got a deal. I'll buy every single one you have.
How is there no? Like, I don't understand how these kind of grades just don't exist. Like, do people just go, "I'm not grading this one at all"? No sentimental values or anything.
Well, you got to remember, like, there was no reason to grade them because there was no value attached to them. Like, now are we seeing people grade 7s and 8s from WotC?
Yeah, I guess.
Which they've had for so long. So why would they grade 5s and 6s from this EX era? Beautiful card.
Hasn't sold since July last year. Yeah, hasn't sold in a year.
So Delta species card. I did see. Obviously, I had to contemplate whether I should collect the EX Delta species.
Surely you should have, right?
No, I just wanted the hollows, but I should have now. Yeah. But on this basis, I should have just bought everything. So like, I'm still happy with my Delta species set, which is not nearly complete.
I bet you'll let you. Yeah. So let's move
that.
on before God
move on to Power Keepers EX Hollows. Obviously, this is the best set. I'm joking.
$300. $300.
So why did I buy this one first, Tom?
Because it was $300.
It's just I bought them in a month, all of them.
Whoa, it's 15. You've got a 5x return on investment.
Done all right there.
What's in it?
They're not any good. It's not a good set.
Was this the final EX set?
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Cool.
So how can I explain? I wanted to buy this set because I wanted to kick it off. You know how with Team Rocket, I bought it because I wanted to kick it off as the value set. I did the same sort of thing with the EXs.
I mean, they all look naff,
The worst thing is like their arts are just no good.
We just held hands.
Oh, thank you. But the artworks are just pretty awful.
I was gonna say Metagross surely can't be bad.
Like, look how they're just a bit.
Okay, that's a bit naff. That's weird. Flygon's alright. I don't like that. Metagross is sick.
Yeah, Metagross is nice.
Also, whoa. Let's go back.
There's a Salamence.
Let's go back to Metagross. Pop 69.
Pop 69, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I'm not immature, but that's the thing.
Pop
PSA 9s are selling like crazy, right?
Yeah, they are.
Not selling like crazy, like grading like crazy, sorry.
A load of those. It's interesting to see, isn't it? And the Skarmory as well.
That is disgusting.
They're just not the Warren. Look at that.
He's a big boy. He's a big hefty boy.
So I guess I bought into this set because I wanted good value, right?
Look at the weird PSA 9 there. What is going on here?
It's because they just auction them all. Because, you grade it. So I bought this as the best value EX set. Yeah. And then I went, right, I'm going to go and collect my favourite EX set, which was Fire Red Leaf Green. It's interesting to see how, obviously, a lot more people are getting into EXs, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's obviously
We're trying, but there's none available on the market, apparently.
No, and you have to pay a massive premium for those low population ones. It'd be interesting because Power Keepers does have a decent population.
Yep.
Be interesting to see if more of those sell. It'll be interesting once the taps come off a bit and the prices stabilise, whether people start to feed stuff onto the market. At the moment, I feel like everyone's waiting to see where it gets to.
Well, not just that. People are waiting for things like job security.
Yeah.
For the economical climate, surely to stabilise. Maybe not recover, but stabilise a little bit.
Well, it's gone totally the opposite direction. If you look at the economic climate, a lot of people would say, well, it's bad times.
Yeah.
It's bad times, and instead, the Pokemon card market has tripled in value.
It's like, I know that you've lost your job, but pay an extra 10 grand for this Charizard?
Yeah.
It's like, what?
But the people in this lot of hobby maybe aren't in the same circumstances. So it's interesting.
But that does also mean you've got people who are in those circumstances, who aren't part of this hobby, going, I wonder if I do have my old cards to grade.
Yeah.
And sell.
And a lot of people are coming into the hobby because of that.
Yep.
So that was interesting. We had a look at the EX era today. It's going to be a long video. Apologies if we were babbling a little bit. It's good for us to watch.
Which one would you have?
Which one, if you could pick any right now?
Yeah.
Well, Unseen Forces, because like it's feet. My favourite set is still EX5 Red Leaf Green from this era.
Team Rocket Returns.
Team Rocket Returns. Okay, that's cool. So they're two of the strongest sets.
Yeah.
Though.
Which one would you guys have?
Yeah. Which one would you guys have? So that is basically going to be the end of the video, right?
Yep. I think that's good. Do we have any questions other than which set would they have?
Which set would you have? And if you have them in PSA 10, shoot me an offer that's on the Pokemon price offers, and I'll buy them.
Yeah, I will buy all of your EXs for $20 to $25 each PSA 10. But which is your favourite EX card?
Ooh.
There you go. There's a question. There's a question for you guys. A question for you. You need to choose your favourite EX card.
Rayquaza EX from Dragon Frontiers is quite a good one.
I like Rocket Snorlax.
Rocket Snorlax is a cool one.
Because I just find him funny. Big Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a question for you guys. Also, what do you think is going to happen with the EX era? And the EX cards specifically? Do you think they're going to go up? Do you think they're going to stabilise at what they're at now? Do you think they're going to go down? Do you think that there's going to suddenly be an influx of PSA 10s or at least people PSA grading them? We don't even see that many at Graded Gem.
Controversial opinion.
Controversial opinion.
I don't think there's the base there that there is for WotC.
I don't think there's a base for anything Pokemon that there is for WotC.
But I would say actually some stuff further along than the EX era has a bigger collector's sentiment base.
Sun and Moon?
Yeah, well, yeah, that definitely does now.
Hidden Fates.
Hidden Fates.
Hidden Fates comes up in every video.
It's a difficult one. I think if you had these cards, you're still very happy, and you're happy that the returns were there. I think if you're a collector, maybe you would have gone, the value collection. I've lost out. I'm sure countless others have. So it's an interesting topic.
Yeah. However, is that it for today's video?
It is. Do you want to sign off, or should I sign off?
Sure, let's do it. Hit that like button, subscribe for more of this awesome content. Hit the little notification bell if you think, this is good stuff. Want to see more of it. And also comment, what's better, Bald Tom or Hairy Connor? I have no idea how to word that any worse. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.